This is the Marvel Spartan model P-65A circular billet cold saw.
All right. You can open up a little bit, take a look in here, and we'll take a walk around, I guess, with the whole front end. Got a blade on there. And yeah, as a matter of fact, we've got the door open, so we can kind of look in there real quick if we want. We got the blade and the carbide inserts for the blade guides, all in good shape. And come back around, show some of the other system on the back end here. Conveyor I've got off to the side here that would normally go into the machine down low here by that square, but it just needed to be hooked up. It needs to see the conveyor moving, otherwise the spindle won't run, so that's all good. I've got a rear cover off here. On the other side here, while we're back here, this is the oil mister for the blade, air fed. You put your mixture in here. Hydraulic sump is down low. Hydraulic pump is behind that cover right there. And of course your main drive is up here. We can see it. Working our way across the top, there's the servo feed for the feed, and you can see the motor up in there. That's the ball screw underneath that spring here. This is a fully servo driven machine in terms of blade feed, and here we go, of course, right here, bar feed in terms of feedback, counting out, and speed. This is the other servo motor. Guide rails. Rear vise is right here. I've got a little block of steel in here so it doesn't think it's out of stock. And this is a brake on here to help with the frequency drive. That's pretty much it back in here. And oh, we got a hookup. That's right, you got the hookup all tied off here for a magazine bar loader, which feeds right up into this area here. This would be the hydraulics, two sets of hydraulics for the lift and the feed on the bar loader, with a proc switch for just positioning, home position. So that all marries up to this machine. The air package, oiler down low. There's a lot of stuff on here, but we take a quick peek down low. It's all pretty confined here. It's a nice setup. Two manifolds, all hydraulic. Runs the whole system up here, and then you can come up slowly as you go. And here's the main electrics. Close these up. There's the frequency drive for the spindle. There's our two servos, the Mitsubishi servos, for blade feed and bar feed. Driven by a Siemens, I got my tape hanging on here, one Siemens PLC right here. And all the rest is just standard switch gear. And my jumper cables, of course, just to get around the E-stop and the air pressure switch, so we can run the saw with the covers open for the sake of cutting air. There we go. And currently, we got the hydraulics off. We are homed already. And this is our setup. I've just got a job number 5 in here. Length of 51 millimeters. We got it set to a quantity of 6. 0 cuts, so we'll be starting off on 1. I gave it a 40 millimeter diameter, round bar stock. Cutting time is about 12 seconds. And feed speed is 3.6 millimeters off the servo per second. And total cycle time, beginning and clamp, unclamp, is 16 seconds. I've got an error 8 there, that's hydraulics off. So, and there's a couple of pages here we can go to. I can turn the blade on right from here if I want, and it's got some other pages that you can go into to set various lengths, quantities. There's where you set the length and the quantity. And when it reaches 6, you come into here to clear the 6 and it goes back to 0. So we can turn on hydraulics right now. We'll run the blade up manually. We'll open and close the vices a little bit off these down here. This is vice, open, close up through here. And front and rear vices, open and close. This is traverse for the bar feed. This is traverse for the blade. And let's start it up and we'll play with a few things, make something happen here. Let's start up hydraulics. It wants to see that. And manual, let's see what else I have to do. Clear the error maybe, that would help. Let's see if we can get past that. All right, now we go to no error. We'll get a green light when we turn it on. So right there, if you pan over a little bit, I'll just start the blade right now. I suppose I could do that as long as the cover is open. And that's at 100 RPM, as you can see up on the screen here. And this is just to turn the blade on and get a feel for what you got. It goes about 150 RPM, I think, so we're about 2/3 full right now. That's just to check the blade. And I'm going to get in here and close the cover so I can show the feed. This is my other dummy block here, so that it thinks actually that there's bar stock in there, otherwise it'll shut down on me. But we can run dry just like this. So in manual still, I can move the blade in and out, and it mimics the exact same feed and speed and rapid as I've got on the setup here. If I just hold that thing on, it's going to rapid and start feeding right where I've got it set through the PLC. Again, you can do this manually just to take a test cut, and if everything looks good there, I'm going to take the clamp dial now and just flip this over to clamp, and after we bring it over here, now we're clamp, I can do a single cut now, no bar feed, just a single cut in hand. I'm going to hit start now. There's our blade speed 100, standard feed. I've got a 40 millimeter bar. We'll go about halfway through there and come back, and that should be one cycle, or one manual cut. There it is. Now I'm going to flip it over to automatic, and in automatic, it's going to do one trim cut and then count my 6 pieces that I had up on the screen over here. So I'm going to flip over to auto. Oh, by the way, this also has an amperage meter on here. If you can see that, it's settable. You don't overload your blade or your motor. I've got it set at 18. It's way high. Even 10 would be okay. And you watch the digital as we're running. I usually run right around 3 or 4 amps because there's no load. I'm not cutting anything. So we're good to go. We'll start at 0. I'm going to hit cycle start right now in auto, and you'll hear the servo come forward. You can't see it, but unless you get straight in on it, Pete, you'll see the bar feed come shooting up because we're only calling out for a 51 millimeter length, and that bar feed's all the way back now. So if you kind of like zoom right in on there, I'm going to hit cycle start. Okay, here we go. At 51. Now we'll get our saw. We're going to go for our trim cut now. We'll do 2 or 3 pieces right up here, and then we can walk around to the back and watch the last 3 pieces, at least 2, and come back here for number 6, and it'll just automatically shut off. There's a trim cut. We haven't counted yet. See it now. Here we go. Do 1 more of these. I'm going to get this out of the way. Maybe you can maybe see the bar feed coming 50,000. Or 51 millimeters. And like I say, you can walk around the back maybe for a couple of cuts. On your way, you might catch the conveyor on. That should be going. That comes down automatically with the spindle. And a couple through here. Spindle drive, rear clamp. It's got the floating table, I forgot to mention. It's got a hydraulic floating table that pushes the bars over before it clamps up. So you'll see this whole carriage move. It's designed to do that. One more piece left, and then it'll do an auto shut off. There's our last piece. Might have time to come around and see if you do a shut off, or you can stay here. Yep, one more piece coming up. Here we go. Yeah, so this will be the last cut. Was that it? Mm-hmm. That was it then. Okay, step down. Yeah. End of the run. That was it. So, and as you can see now, we've got the 6 cuts on there. It goes to an error 14. And just to show you the error page, if you hit error, it goes to the error page. And the error page says job finished. So I hit return and go to the cuts page and clear the 6. For the job that we just ran, clear. That takes us out of that. We go back to 0, now clear out the error, and we're ready to go for another 6. That's it. Hydraulics off. Could be manual, off, power still on, and that's it.